What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. And the best Weeble promotion they can offer. Fractional shares are here for you guys. Not quite for me yet. What a crazy morning we had in the stock market. But listen, open the account, deposit $5. They give you 2 free stocks. Instantly get free money. Who doesn't like free money? Well, if you don't click the link. But if you do, sign up and join. Listening to the Making Madden podcast. And I'm telling you, this is probably going to be a negatively received video. It's just what it is. So, a lot of what I heard was excuses, right? Excuses as to why the game isn't where it needs to be, excuses as to why they can't get the game where it needs to be, and a lot of excuses without a lot of reality, okay? So we're going to talk about the reality. When I went down to EA for Madden 25, they talked to me about the Game Changer program, and they almost, in my opinion, leveraged the program against employment there. And I remember I looked AJ right in the eye and I said, AJ, I don't want to work at EA Sports. I have my own career. I have my own life. I'm here to help you make a video game better within a community. If you have this program that's constantly onboarding people, there's a problem because you're not going to have community members that have the true knowledge and understanding of how to make something better. They may have the best intention. Don't confuse they have the best intentions with they have the best skill set. Those are two totally different things. There was years in racing when I went to somebody on my team with the best of intention of how to make the car faster, make our pit stops better, perform at a higher level. But my best intention was met by somebody that had more experience and said, Ryan, that's not going to work because XYZ. Ryan, so-and-so tried this 5 years ago. Ryan, let's just continue to do this the tried and true way. And that's what happens when you get people that have the mindset to make something better, but not the tool set to make something better. And I truly believe that's where we are. And that's what leads to people being blocked on Twitter, people taking things personally, people's feelings getting hurt, other community members feeling they need to stand up for someone. The reality is Swami's been there, I believe, in his 3rd year. I don't know that I've seen the results he expected to get, much less you did. So when they sit there and they talk about, it's easy, and this is almost verbatim what they said. It's easy when we're not here. It's easy to sit here and talk about all the things we want in the game or all the things the game should be doing, but then when we get here, we have to do it not only to please ourselves, but every gamer. Now, there's a failure point there, and it's not with the person that's working at EA. That is a person that maybe even if they don't understand it, is on a public podcast saying my employer doesn't give me the resources I need to competently do my job. Where that message gets lost, going up the ladder at EA Sports, I don't know. But anyone that listens to this podcast with any sense of common sense and business understanding knows that you have 3 people I have all the respect in the world for, from coming from our community to being employed at EA Sports. But in my personal opinion, they are in over their heads as game designers, and they may not even be qualified game programmers. They're simply there to take community feedback and try to usher it to people that can either build or develop coding to implement what we want in the game. Now, I say that I feel like they're not given the proper channels to do that because Clint, who is essentially above all these people, has had the same issues. Clint is a former NFL lineman. He should be able to competently draw out blocking schemes. He should still have some old NFL playbooks laying around. We've seen that he is incapable of describing to the people that program this game how to actually achieve blocking. We know this to be the case because just about every year we see patches that fix blocking issues, which means the underlying logic is not correct, when you have to go and adjust certain blocking on specific play sets and formations, that means the underlying logic for a lineman, if you will, to scan what to block, it's all computer code, is not right. And they have to go and adjust for specific scenarios. So the fact that you have 3 people from the community that are basically saying, this was easy when we were on the outside, right? I'll bring this back to the halftime show that I showed a couple days ago, right? I'm not going to say it's easy to do that. But you can make all those overlays, you can do all those voiceovers, you can make something look beautiful. But actually programming all that into the game, getting all those assets, recording all those sound bites, and making it sound as smooth as it did, number one, may not be possible. I don't know. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. But it's certainly a lot different than sitting there and just doing a voiceover and cutting some things together, and I think we all understand that. But the reality is, at some point, as an employer, you either have to, number one, give that employee the tools and resources they need to accomplish what their goals are, or number two, you as an employee have to get some type of understanding out to the community that these things are just impossible. The problem is, when we talk about what they speak in terms of what's not possible, we've seen other games, even at EA Sports, accomplish this. We're not talking about things that are outlandish. As I mentioned in another video, we're not talking about things that we're dreaming up. Restricted free agents, injury tracking, proper depth building. It's gotten to the point a lot of us joke about how these teams build themselves. You'll see a team with 4 quarterbacks, and it's always been that way. They'll draft quarterbacks that they've already got second-year players on the bench for. Why? Because the game is so arbitrary that it's best player available, doesn't matter, we don't have any linebackers, best player available. Yet we see other games like Access Football, Maximum Football, somehow figure these things out. And to me, it all boils back to you can have the best people there in terms of intentions. But unless you have the best people there in terms of game programming, none of this is going to work. They're not making Madden. They're describing what they want Madden to be to entry-level programmers that can't do their jobs well enough, because if you want my honest opinion, EA is an entry-level company that accepts people on their first job in game programming to build a resume out and leave, and the turnover there must be incredible, and you have people with no passion for football building this game. That's an EA issue. And they certainly haven't had the track record of taking people that want to take the initiative to make the game better and developing them into programmers, because guess what? They don't want to be game programmers. They didn't go to school to be a game programmer. This is the circle of horrible football life. I appreciate these guys doing all this. But at the end of the day, we need results. We've got enough words. I've heard EA tell us how much they want to make a better game. It's time to put it in the box. And I don't think 3 people from the community, I don't think myself going to EA and being employed is going to make any difference, because all it is us just doing what we're doing now there. If you don't have the right pieces in place, whether I say it or they say it, it ain't going to change anything. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think I'm a jerk for calling these people out? In the week, with more commentary.